Welcome to Leading Organizations That Matter, a podcast on the topics of leadership, organizational culture, and finding meaning and purpose in our work. I'm the host, Ray Spadoni, a former CEO and current consultant, author, and speaker. Today's topic is when conflict avoidance is the elephant in the room. We are a people-first organization. We manage with compassion. We like to give people second chances. These are all nice statements to hear when I'm learning about an organization for the first time. Leaders will say these sorts of things with pride, and I can tell that the organization's values are honorable and commendable, typically. However, comments such as these can also be a bit of a smokescreen, whether intended or not. In a way, intentionality is not important in this case. What is important is that some leaders will take a significant challenge that they're grappling with and present it as some kind of positive and even heroic attribute. In a way, it's a classic lipstick on a pig scenario. The pig, in this case, is conflict avoidance. Hey, now, we're all human, and many of us are just not simply made that way. We don't love dealing with conflict head on. Some of us ignore it. Some of us actively deny it. Some of us passively, aggressively poke at it. And some of us try to wait it out, hoping it'll all just go away. Someone once said, and I wish I remember who, conflict avoided is conflict multiplied. I think that truer words have never been uttered. As a management consultant and someone who's worked in a variety of organizations going through some type of significant change, I've been struck by the number of times that seemingly obvious choices have been delayed due to conflict avoidance. And a culture of avoidance generally flows from the top down. Organizational culture is an important byproduct of key leaders' personalities, most typically the CEOs. If the CEO hates making tough decisions, you better believe that the rest of the leadership team will ultimately reflect back that same tendency. Unfortunately, tough decisions usually means having to act in ways that negatively impact people. Sometimes those people are the ones who depend upon you, who have trusted you, and who have helped you in the past. And so you, as decision maker, will put off having to do anything that could harm them. As I said right up front, we're all human, and so what decent person would relish having to do anything that is harmful to people? However, putting off such decisions can cause great harm downstream, sometimes even causing organization-wide existential threat. In one large organization I encountered, a major division had been hemorrhaging funds and draining their endowment for nearly a decade. When I asked them why they hadn't done something to stem the losses earlier, even if that meant selling off or even closing that division, I heard heartfelt stories about the founding members of the division, the impactful work it had been doing, and the hardship it would have been to tell the employees that they were moving on from them. I get that. But now, unfortunately, the entire larger organization was facing technical default on its debt, and many, many more people could be harmed as a result of the inaction. It's essential for leaders to confront whether conflict avoidance is to blame for some of its most vexing challenges. It's worth taking a good, hard look in the mirror on this point. Thanks for listening. I hope you'll consider subscribing to this podcast and providing a review on Apple Podcasts or your platform of choice. Feel free to learn more about me and my work at redsaleadvisors.com.